This video contains Danganronpa spoilers, but it's fine. You should still watch it. Hello again. Well, I wasn't really expecting to make a video, until like Nettie started to like tease the Danganronpa crossover, but here we are again. So, as you may or may not know, I think like a couple weeks ago, I think like 2 weeks ago or something like that, I made a video about my Danganronpa V3 predictions. You should really go watch that if you haven't already, but this is just kind of a follow-up video to that one. Anyways, in the video that I had made a couple weeks ago, I had mentioned that I had never played any of the Danganronpa games before. Like I only knew the basics, but since those 2 weeks, I have grind watched, I've cried, I've stressed, I've screamed while watching Danganronpa V3. Though some of the scenes did make me question life, I did really enjoy Danganronpa V3. It was really good. What the fuck? Anyways, I wanted to make a video after watching the series since I had read a couple comments saying that I had gotten some information wrong. There was one comment that helped me understand a lot, that before I knew a lot about the game, and I guess this is really what my outtake on what they said, but it's just very loosely based off that comment because I still want this video to be kind of like my thoughts and my predictions about Danganronpa V3, so I'm just gonna stop talking in circles and get on with the predictions. Alright, so I will be separating my predictions into 4 different categories. Those categories are gonna be the protagonist, which is like the main character who we played throughout the whole game, the mastermind, which is the character behind the killing game, the supporting protagonist, which is like the characters that like help the main protagonist, kind of like just like their friend, I guess, I'm not really sure. And then obviously like the fan favorite, which is the character that a lot of fans like. So I'm also kind of basing this off of which character had the most storyline or which character emphasized the storyline a lot. Now I want to go over the 5 characters that I said in the previous video, which were Kaede, Shuichi, Kokichi, Maki, and Korekiyo. I picked those 5 characters because of the bullet theory, but I don't really believe in the bullet theory any longer. And a lot of people were saying that the bullet theory was the mono cubs, which I now agree with, but there is still the possibility that the bullet theory could still represent the characters, but I don't really think so. However, I still believe Kaede, Shuichi, Kokichi, and Maki have a chance of getting skins, but I do not think that Korekiyo is getting a skin. Now, the reason why I don't think Korekiyo is gonna get a skin is because he didn't really have much of a plotline, and like the plotline that he did have was whenever he killed Tenko and Angie, but other than that, we don't really have much from him, This is me editing. I also wanted to mention the fact that I thought it was really funny the way he killed Tenko. I kind of hated that bitch, and I also hated Angie, so I'm really glad he killed them both. I'm not trying to rip off on Korekiyo, but personally he's just one of my like least favorite characters from Danganronpa V3, and like plus with like the whole thing with his sister is just so weird to me. I'm not really gonna like get into an argument with anyone. That was just my opinion. If you like him, then good for you, I guess. However, I do have 2 characters in mind that could be added into the game. Those 2 characters are gonna be Samugi, which she will fall into the mastermind category, and Kaito, who will fall under the supporting protagonist category, along with Maki. I think my final predictions on who will possibly get added into the game is Kaede and Shuichi. They will fall into the main protagonist category, and then Kokichi falling under the fan favorite category, Samugi falling under the mastermind, Maki and Kaito falling under the supporting protagonist category. Although Kaede, well, I still think that they would add her, and that would give us 6 possible skins for the crossover. Now, according to past crossovers, the highest number of like skins that we had, I'm pretty sure was 6, and I think those were the Angels of Death and the Promised Redland. Angels of Death is giving us 1 shop skin, 4 essence skins, and 1 event skin. I feel like IDV and Danganronpa 3 will give us something like that, but There's also a chance that they will give us something like Promised Neverland, where they will give us 4 essence skins and 2 free skins. Now, I think if NetEase did give us something like Angels of Death, I think Kaede would get the shop skin because she did die very early in the game. But I still think that they would include her just because she's amazing and she's an amazing protagonist. Until, well, you know, she... Sorry for continuously making that joke. It's just, I think it's very funny for some reason, because in my last video I was like, oh, she's the main character or whatever, but she died and I didn't know that. But that's why I keep making that joke, so I'm so sorry. She is like the main character or whatever, like she's like the main protagonist of like DanganrompaV3. That is very embarrassing, but anyways, I think that Shuichi, Kokichi, Samugi, and Maki will be the essence skin, and I think Shuichi will be getting the S tier, of course, and then I think Kaito might be getting the free event skin. That's just my prediction, so don't take this as like official information. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that by now. Now I'm gonna talk about who I think is gonna be who. I'm gonna start off with like the characters that stayed the same. I still think Kaede is gonna be I still think that she's going to be female dancer. I still think that Shuichi is going to be novelist, and Kokichi, he is going to be acrobat. However, I about Maki, I said Maki's going to be antiquarian, but even though I said that I can't see her being Ada or Emma, I'm gonna choke on my words, because if she was Ada, she could have like a matching skin with Kaito. Like they could both be Ada and Mion. I think that would be fucking cute, and like I would enjoy that a lot. But then also as Emma, she could be like her, you know how Emma has like the little gardener toolbox. I think that the gardener, instead of like the toolbox, it could be like the little black duffel bag that has like the crossbow in it, just like as a little reference to whenever she was teaching Kaito how to assemble a crossbow. I think that'd be very cute. But other than that, I think that she could be antiquarian. Although in chapter 3 level 33 Maki says that she doesn't work with swords, I don't really know what her like little like sword, like, you know, what the bamboo that antiquarian has. I don't really know what that would be. Maybe like a fucking rifle. I'm not sure. Like that. I don't know. That's why I'm having a hard time choosing who Maki would be. But yeah. Alright, so next up is Kaito. Now, as I said before, I think it'd be very cute if he was a meal, so he could match with Maki. But if he wasn't a meal, I think he would be Weeping Clown, because, you know, Kaito's ultimate is the ultimate astronaut. And, you know, like Weeping Clown's like rocket things could be like made into like little rocket ships to match, you know, Kaito. Also, another thing that could be a possibility is Forward, because, you know, anytime there's like a strong, tall, muscular dude, it's given to Forward for some reason. So that's a possibility. Now for Samugi, I think that she would best fit Perfumer. And I also think that she'd have like an S accessory or an SS accessory that could level up like Monokuma's. I don't really have an explanation to why she would be Perfumer, but I do have a cool idea on why she would be Perfumer and how like her SS accessory would work. So, you know, like at the end whenever she's like transforming into every character, I think that would be a very cool effect on her SS accessory. Like she could turn into Junko, Makoto, Kyoko, Hajime, Nagito, Mikan, and Chiaki. And maybe like the A accessory can have like the clothes in the background, and then like the S accessory could have like the clothes and like the little transition, and then like the SS could have like the clothes, then like the little clothes flying everywhere, and then she could also turn into like all the previous characters that I named. And then until she like perfumed back, she would turn back into her like normal self. Other than that, that concludes the end of this video. Now, if you're invested in me talking about like Identity V X DanganrompaV3, make sure like to keep up with this channel, because, you know, like I will be making 2 more videos like that will follow up this Danganronpa, talking about like the Danganronpa crossover. But I also have a question for everyone watching, and the question is, like, I'm thinking about being more active on YouTube, and I was wondering what type of content people like, what y'all would like to see. I was thinking of making this like a channel where I could say my thoughts and ideas on like IDV crossovers, or like thoughts on like on skins that are being added to IDV. You know, when IDV does like those huge information drops, I could make videos on that. I could also like do videos with like voiceover, with like me like screaming into the mic because of like my trashy ass gameplay. I could do that type of videos too. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, thanks for watching if you even watched, and see you whenever I feel like it.